The Earth, broken into 1,000,000 shards, forcing its steam-driven inhabitants into space. Hard-working folks known as cowbutts survive by farming moisture and mining what little land is left, constantly dealing with all sorts of space jerks. There are the gangs of scrap metal meanies roaming about, preying on the weak and completely disregarding basic manners. Then there are the diesel-driven royalists, a bunch of oppressive bullies, abusing their power and bleeding the cowbutts dry. To top it all off, there are rumors of something far more dangerous stirring in the depth of space, waking from its age-long slumber. These are the descendants of a shattered planet, and this, my distinguished gentlebots, is the new SteamWorld.
Ahoy Salty Dogs, Lenscap here. Welcome to SteamWorld Heist. The Steam sale is going on in full force, and I saw this game, Pirates and Robots and Space. Yes, please. I figured we'd at least check it out and see if we can find something cool. I played it a little bit, for about an hour. We're gonna start a new game though, so we can check it out. Let's play on Veteran, because I like a challenge. And we'll see how it goes.
Piper Faraday, notorious smuggler and occasional pirate, is having a rough time. A brutal gang of thugs called Scrappers are spreading across her turf in the outskirts. Stealing everything in sight, they have even been known to kidnap the locals. Their presence could draw unwanted attention from the Royal Space Force. In short, they are bad for business. Low on water, Piper and her mates have boarded a scrapper ship, aiming to relieve them of their ill-gotten cargo. And of course, it all went according to plan.
Blast! This did not go according to plan. Alright, so there's a little tutorial that teaches you the controls. And I already know the controls. It's like a turn-based action game. It's really interesting. So we play as Piper something or other, and she's like the captain of this robot fleet. Our mission right now is we're low on water, which we're robots, so we don't really consume the water, but we trade with it, so we use it as money. So that's kind of our loot. So the conversations are all pretty much they're all typed, so there's no like, it's not voice acted. Although it's kind of voice acted, like you can hear the robots making their weird robot noises, but for the most part it's just text. But it's really interesting. Once we're past the tutorial part, it gets way better too. But this first little bit kind of just teaches us how to play. So our goal here is, in this room, we want to come and hide behind this barrel so the turret can't shoot us. Now, it's turn-based, so our turn was used to hide behind the barrel. If you noticed when we were moving, we had like an orange bar and a blue bar. The orange bar is where we can move normally. The blue bar is called sprinting, and if we sprint, then we can't act that turn, so we can't run. So you can see here, like, we can move to orange, or if we go to the blue, we can move a little bit farther. We can move more spaces if they're available, but we can't shoot our gun that turn. So there's a little bit of... See here, now we can sprint up to here, but we can't shoot our gun. Now there are no enemies, so I'm not worried about shooting my gun anyway. this turn, so that's fine. Sea Brass. Sea Brass is our crewmate, and he's more of a tanky kind of character than the captain is. The captain is more of like a sniper class. And our goal here is to take out these dudes and take their water from them. Now I get to control both characters, but you can see my captain has a little like aiming laser, and Seabrass doesn't have that because Seabrass uses a different weapon type. So we're gonna shotgun this guy to the face. And now another cool thing though is if you shoot just right, you can knock the hats off the enemies and actually collect their hats. Now this guy, I think we want to do just, well, there are lots of these bowler hats, so we'll just kill these guys, and we'll get a bowler hat later. Okay, so now we've killed all the enemies, and we can collect the loot if there is any, which we'll probably finish exploring the ship and try and find some loot if possible. But now the escape pod is accessible to us, so we've got to move our 2 dudes, or 3 dudes when we have 3, or more, however many you get, into these green arrow spaces, and then once we're there, we can launch the escape pod and make it back to our ship. But I want to see if I can open this door over here with the red light, and I actually just noticed that I cannot do that. There's no ladder to get up to it, so that's not going to work at all. So we don't want to, let's see, I don't think, there's some loot, so we can grab that. I don't think our gun has the range to hit this guy, so we're going to go and take cover behind this barrel and kind of skip our attack. Now you can see that some of these floors and things you can shoot through, but not all of them. But basically any of these floors that have the little like metal grates and holes and stuff, you can actually shoot through. So we're going to shoot this guy right above us. He's our biggest threat, so we're going to shoot him first. And that guy... Alright, so we're low on health now at this point with Sea Brass, so we want to kind of play our hand a little bit more carefully. Let's take out that guy, and then I think we'll actually retreat with Sea Brass this turn, and we'll guard to kind of hold position. Okay, now with Piper, definitely want to be able to shoot that guy. If we go to here, there's a little bit of cover. We still have 6 health, so I think we'll be okay. This is a little bit harder of a difficulty than I was playing on before, so it takes a little bit more kind of thought, but you definitely have time to think out your actions. Now with Piper, we've got this aiming beacon. That's because she's got the sharpshooter class weapons, and they actually will bounce off of surfaces, so we can kind of aim and shoot this guy, ricochet into him. Now let's move Sea Brass back up, and we'll guard again right here. Yeah, he was able to hit our guy, but I think what we want to do, we have Piper selected, but I think we want to use Sea Brass to take this guy out. Let's run up and punch him. So we can run up and punch him. We see he's going to take 3 damage because Sea Brass has a pretty good melee attack. And I don't see any more enemies, so let's go ahead and grab this loot. And then we'll move into our airlock kind of evacuation area at this point. We'll need 1 more turn for Sea Brass. You can switch with using a gamepad for this. It recommends you use a controller, and you can switch with the left trigger who you're using. Now that we're both in the green, it doesn't immediately end, which I like that. That way if you missed any loot, you know, you can go back for it. But all we gotta do is hold guard with our dudes, and it will let us finish the mission. So let's go ahead and use the escape pod and head back to our ship. Cool, so we got a couple of sips of water, and like I said, they use that as money. You can see in the top left-ish, I have 653 water. So once we find a merchant, we'll be able to spend that water and buy upgrades, better guns, armor, weapons, bombs, that kind of stuff. Wonky! Wonky must be our skipper. He's piloting our ship. I like how he's kind of attached to the roof and of the ship and is kind of stationary. It looks like he has 4 arms as well, which is kind of cool. Alright, so now that we're free, we can wander around in our ship and do things. There's this space bench down here. I don't know what this does. I assume that once we collect more crew, we'll be able to like talk to people there and stuff. We can, of course, talk to our crew. They don't have much to say generally, but our ship has plenty of space for us to recruit more individuals, and we do indeed recruit more people as we go through this game. We can use our space map now, and this is kind of how you decide where you're going to move in the world. So right now the only place available to us is this other mission, so let's go ahead and do that. This is like our pre-mission brief, so we kind of understand our goal for the mission. For this one, all we gotta do is collect all the swag and then evacuate the station successfully. So let's go ahead and look at our loadout. And right now we don't have anything, but once we unlock more guns, we can have specific guns for each person, and you can have 2 like equipment items as well. You can change hats, so if you like the hats, you can change to different hats. There's some really fun ones. Like here's lively, long, and prosperous hair. That's pretty fun. And a lot of these are references. Here's the Hatter Stack. Yeah, a lot of these are pretty good references to other things. The sorta predictable hat is pretty clever. This one, A Ray of Hope, from a galaxy from a conflict far, far away. So, yeah, lots of good homage to other things. We're gonna leave the captain with the captain's hat for now, but I think we'll give the guy the rebel pilot helmet, just because I like that. I don't know about the hats and rarity and stuff, honestly. I assume there's something to do. If you look at the top at the title of the hat, like this one is called Drip Secure Portable Light Source. It has a hat with a number 8 in it, and I have no idea what that means at this point, but I'm sure it means something. Let's go ahead and start the mission. On the loading screen, so these missions are each randomly generated. They're different every time you play them, which is kind of cool. So the spaceships are always different. And yeah, so that makes it at least a little bit different every time you play it. It means sometimes you're going to have an easier time than others, which is kind of cool. You can hit the select or back key button on your controller to kind of get an overview of the map, and you can see various things. Now we only have this one room showing, so we can't actually go anywhere else. But I think let's start by opening a door. Okay, so we've got 2 robots here, and can we shoot this guy? We can, so let's go ahead and shoot this guy. 2 damage. Now we'll move our, what's his name? I don't remember his name already. We'll move him into place, and I think he can probably shoot too. However, there's cover in the way, so I don't know if he'll be able to hit. But let's try it. Yeah, it just bounced and hit the cover. He could shoot through the cover, though. That's interesting. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. Let's take cover here with our captain, and then we'll shoot this guy. Okay, let's move up to here to give ourselves a little bit of cover and finish that guy off. Now, the other guy still has full life, but he missed us, so that's that's good for us. Let's take him out next. Let's move up closer and punch him. We're able to do the most damage with this guy when we get as close as we can to the enemies. So that's definitely a good plan for us. Now, as we go into this next room, I think it's going to be a good idea to kind of divide and conquer a little bit. Eventually, the captain gets an ability where you get extra like damage if you're next to the captain, but we don't have that yet. So let's go ahead and take cover with this guy. Now the enemies are going to get a turn, but I don't think they can really hit us. Yeah, so we did a good thing there. So let's go ahead and open this. Ah, there's an enemy, but that's where the epic swag is. You can see the box he's standing on. So we want to take this guy out. So we're going to do... let's use our power shot. So this does regular damage plus 1 extra damage. So we did 3 damage, which is not enough to take him out yet. But we should be able to take him out next turn. This guy, you can see we blew his hat off. So with his hat gone, there it is next to that barrel. If we run over the square where his hat is, then we can pick it up. But our captain has died, so that's not good. We can revive our captain by completing the level. It costs a certain amount of water. There's no way to revive the captain without completing the level. So that's what I get for picking a harder difficulty. Trying to showcase this game. All in all, it's a pretty fun game. Like, I played it for about an hour, and I definitely enjoyed it. My biggest concern is that it seems pretty repetitive, so I don't know that it gets much different, you know, from like ship to ship. They're all random, so they're all a little bit different from each other, but none of them are entirely kind of unique. Now our hat, it got blown off, and we actually lose that if we don't pick it up, so I definitely am going to want to pick that up. Let's try and at least finish this ship, though. I don't think we're going to be able to with our captain dead. We'll see what we can do. Okay, we took out that guy and did some damage to the other dude. Oh, he's going to shoot us from the I think we're gone for. Oh, but he missed. Okay, so we might be able to do this. Cool, we got him. Alright, so now we're safe. Let's go pick up our helmet, and then we can go pick up that swag. Now, I don't have any ways to heal myself currently, so that's kind of a bummer. But let's pick up that hat, too. So now we've got that, and we can pick up that other swag as well. We've only got 2 life left, so we probably are not going to make it. There's still 3 more pieces of swag on this ship somewhere, and I suspect there's a strong enemy in the next room. Okay, it's just 1 guy, so we actually might be able to do this. Oh shoot, I didn't even notice that barrel there. I think we're bonus guys. He shot my hat off again, that jerk. Okay, so here's the time where we have to make a tactical decision. I don't think he can shoot us. I think he'll shoot the cover. So we can maybe hit him, though. Yeah, we did 3 damage. Now he's going to move and reposition. He will be able to shoot us from here. And that kills us. We lost the first mission. Wow, we're bad at this. It's going to cost us 326 waters to reassemble our crew, so let's do that. And now we can use the map and try again if we want to. I think I'm going to save it, though, and maybe we'll kind of pick this up. Maybe not. I just really wanted to do a first look, to be honest. And all in all, I had a tough time. I picked a harder difficulty, and I really did not even make it through the first level. But I thoroughly enjoyed playing this game. I played it for about an hour, and I had a lot of fun. It was pretty cheap on the Steam sale. Definitely look it up on Steam if you're interested in playing this one. I really liked it. SteamWorld Heist, it's called. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Stay tuned.